thieves after a job that they just pulled, and they're walking along Cash Street after getting away with their loot.
Ill met in Lankhmar. Silent as spectres, the tall and the fat thief edged past the dead, new-strangled watch leopard, out the thick, lock-picked door of Jengao, the gem merchant, and strolled east on Cash Street, through the thin black night smog of Lankhmar, city of 7,000 smokes. East on Cash it had to be, for west, at the intersection of Cash and Silver, was a police post with unbribed guardsmen in browned iron cuirasses and helms, restlessly grounding and rattling their pikes, while Jengao's place had no alley entrance or even window in its stone walls 3 spans thick, and the roof and floor almost as strong and without trap doors. But tall, tight-lipped Slevias, master thief candidate, and fat, darting-eyed Fisif, thief second class, breveted first class for this operation, with a rating of talented in double dealing, were not in the least worried. Everything was proceeding according to plan. Each carried, thonged in his pouch, a much smaller pouch of jewels of the first water only, for Jengao, now breathing stentoriously inside and senseless from the slugging he'd suffered, must be allowed, nay nursed and encouraged, to build up his business again, and so ripen it for another plucking. Almost the first law of the Thieves' Guild was never kill the hen that laid brown eggs with a ruby in the yolk, or white eggs with a diamond in the white. The 2 thieves also had the relief of knowing that, with the satisfaction of a job well done, they were going straight home now. Not to a wife, forbid, nor to parents and children, all gods forfend, but to thieves' house, headquarters and barracks of the almighty guild, which was father to them both and mother too, though no woman was allowed inside its ever-open portal on Cheap Street. In addition, there was the comforting knowledge that although each was armed only with his regulation silver-hilted thief's knife, a weapon seldom used except in rare intramural duels and brawls, in fact, more a membership token than a weapon, they were, nevertheless, most strongly convoyed by 3 reliable and lethal bravos hired for the evening from the Slayer's Brotherhood, one moving well ahead of them as point, the other 2 well behind as rear guard and chief striking force, in fact, almost out of sight. For it is never wise that such convoying be obvious, or so believed Krovas, Grand Master of the Thieves' Guild. And if all that were not enough to make Slevias and Fisif feel safe and serene, there danced along soundlessly beside them, in the shadow of the north curb, a small, malformed, or at any rate, somewhat large-headed shape that might have been a small dog, a somewhat undersized cat, or a very big rat. Occasionally it scuttled familiarly and even encouragingly a little way toward their snugly felt-slippered feet, though it always scurried swiftly back into the darker dark. True, this last guard was not an absolutely unalloyed reassurance. At that very moment, scarcely 20 paces yet from Jengao's, Fisif tautly walked for a bit on tiptoe, and strained his pudgy lips upward to whisper softly in Slevius's long-lobed ear, "Damned if I like being dogged by that familiar of Hristomilo, no matter what security he is supposed to afford us. Bad enough that Krovas employs or lets himself be cowed into employing a sorcerer of most dubious, if dire reputation and aspect. But that—" "Shut your trap," Slevius hissed still more softly. Fisif obeyed with a shrug, and occupied himself even more restlessly and keenly than was his wont in darting his gaze this way and that, but chiefly ahead. Some distance in that direction, in fact, just short of the Gold Street intersection, Cash was bridged by an enclosed second-story passageway connecting the two buildings, which made up the premises of the famous stonemasons and sculptors Rockermass and Slarg. The firm's buildings themselves were fronted by very shallow porticos, supported by unnecessarily large pillars of varied shape and decoration. Advertisements more than structural members. From just beyond the bridge, there came two low, brief whistles. Signal from the Point Bravo that he had inspected that area for ambushes and discovered nothing suspicious, and that Gold Street was clear.
That's just a little atmosphere. Gold Street at night, with Slayer's Brotherhood and some thieves walking along. How they worked, the whistles and the signaling on each other, making sure that one group was out of sight of the other. I thought that was interesting. So let's get to where we left off last week. Did everybody have a chance to read the recap on the opening? Does the message of the day, does that pop up as soon as you guys come in the room?
Yes, it does.
It did. Is there a way to bring it back up?
Yep, there is. And then also, if you look in the notes section, I've also put a recap, and that has the same information. You'll see recap session 1. So I'll be posting them there, so you have a running list in case you ever want to go back and look at stuff.
Where is that?
Just under notes. It's right beside where in the player section. You see players, and then
I see it. Got it.
Characters and notes.
Okay. Well, I know we captured somebody.
You definitely captured somebody, and you wounded a couple others, and badly wounded a third. A couple of snipers and a couple of footmen have retreated. So we're on to round 4. Naka, or Nak, I don't know why I can't just...
I believe it is Naka.
Yep.
What's that?
Naka, yep.
Sai, you were saying something?
Don't worry about it.
I was going to say, let's see here. I don't see you on the map. Let's see. Am I missing Naka?
I think you are. I couldn't open the map. I could not open the map.
All right. Well, we had a couple people disappear. I think you were somewhere in the area of around in this area. So Teddy,
I believe you were
kind of
reasonably close.
Yeah, kind of like that-ish. Somewhere around there. Let's see here. 5, 10. You can see in the you saw Luna heading north up the alleyway, presumably in chase of the thug she was after, although I'm not sure if you actually saw her or him. I think it looks like a woman.
So I think I was next to Teddy, or Teddy is next to me. So
okay, feel free to put yourself wherever.
Okay, so I think I was there calming the badger, and I think I may have seen someone ran out of the line of sight there for me.
Yep, you did.
I believe last time you saw the snipers on the rooftop start running away.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw this, and you saw the guy that Teddy had bitten.
Right. He was running to the west, right?
Yeah. He cut up the alleyway to the north.
Okay. So are we at the start of this round?
Yeah, I was really of this one. I was really just wondering what if Luna was gonna administer first aid or not, but I'm not sure that she was too keen on that. Before I broke out of initiative.
I believe if Luna was, they would have done it after the fight, and the fight seems to still be going.
All right, so you can see in the light. Let's see here. In the dim part of the light, you can see Bakai bringing a prisoner back. She's got him hoisted over her shoulder like a fireman carry. She's heading back towards the alleyway.
Okay.
So did you want to give chase, or did you want to kind of...
So it looks like we have at least one prisoner, so she's not going to give chase. She is going to just stand her ground and make sure nothing's coming from the west.
Okay. It seems to be all clear. I mean, you can hear footfall getting farther away. And Mariah is calmed down. Asami has whispered some soothing words and was really reassuring with her the last time. And it looked like she might have been on the verge of a breakdown, but she's gotten it back together now. She's still shaking. She's not sure what to make of all this, as you can all hear the sounds of retreating slayers in various directions, mostly to the south, the north, and the west. Doesn't seem like there's any imminent threats at the moment.
Do we know if is this like a common false retreat tactic? Is that a thing that's employed at all?
I'm not sure that you would be familiar enough with the Slayers Brotherhood to be able to make that kind of assertion.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Your magic caused one to retreat, and the other ones retreated due to injury. As far as you know, there was only 3 that weren't wounded, and they're retreating just because of numbers now, probably. You don't know if they're going to regroup, and you don't know what their motives were.
That is something that we can fix quite easily, because you said that Bakai is the name of the Eidolon?
Yep.
You said that Bakai was dragging an unconscious but still living member of the Brotherhood over.
Yeah, she did non-lethal damage to knock him out.
What
so we can bring him around.
That's one thing we didn't really get to is what does Zed look like? What's a good description for Zed?
Zed, because he's a charisma character, just has that look. You know, it's what's his name? Rowan Atkinson in his spy movie. That type of charm. Okay. Definitely not a Sean Connery thing. More good-natured, person who gets into trouble.
Okay.
Describing him as Rowan Atkinson just makes me think of Mr. Bean.
Me too.
Well,
could be charming in its own special way.
I'll see if I can't find the picture of him as the spy. It's one of my favorite pictures.
Does he wear any weapons or have any armor on, or does he?
He has a dagger.
A
a
dagger?
rather small dagger, and leather armor.
Okay.
So I wouldn't call it. Well, it was probably tailored. Let's see, can I drag that in? There we go. There's Rowan Atkinson in his spy thing. Oh, I tossed it into roleplay.
That's okay. I'll take a look at
Still
it.
only see Mr. Bean.
Okay, yeah. What was the name of that? Was it Johnny something or other, wasn't it?
Johnny Dangerous or something? I don't know.
No, Johnny Dangerous, I think, was Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't remember. I just know they weren't great movies, but I love Rowan Atkinson. So, he's well dressed, he's charming, but he's not a carouser, not well armed.
Johnny English.
Johnny English, that's it.
There we go. And
anybody who gets to know him knows that Buckeye gets into a lot of trouble, so he spends a bit of time trying to make sure he doesn't drink or gamble or be left to her own devices.
And last session, Zed cast a spell on Buckeye to erect some mage armor. What did that look like?
It was probably just shimmered around her and disappeared, and just provides that little extra layer of protection.
Okay, so just a quick.
Because it is an eidolon, whenever we're present, there's some signature thing that gives we both have, let's say, I don't know, some sort of birthmark that shows up along the ear and neck at the same place. That's almost in the shape of a symbol. That will probably, as we progress in levels, take form like a tattoo. But right now, you just think it's kind of weird. I've got a dark shape under my ear. She's got a dark shape under her ear.
Okay.
It's just the nature of the eidolon. What I usually do is I progress the eidolon in personality as they gain levels. So right now, she's just pure mischief.
Okay. Does the summoner magic, does it work any different than like a wizard?
It does. But it is, having read the books, it's probably on the darker side. Buckeye is fae in nature as opposed to demon. And fae have their own rules. They're not good. They're not bad. They're fae.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure there's some tendencies there because I took a archetype soulbound. I have to take where is it here? I have to take a haunt. I took possessed, which causes a -2 on concentrations, and if I cast a spell next to somebody, it provokes an attack of opportunity. And it's okay. Another mind shares your body, interfering with your control. It's more difficult for you to concentrate as a result. So this is kind of the curse of having the eidolon that I think would fit into the world. It's dealing with that dark side.
Okay, cool. Asami, things have quieted.
Still going to speak with our guest.
Okay.
And try to use humor to calm her down some more. So I'm going to type a statement and kind of wink and smile at her, and then continue being diligent to see if there's a threat.
Okay, there doesn't seem to be a threat. Are you going to drop your performance to save some rounds, or keep it up just in case?
Since it came back to me, then it would have dissipated, and since I see no current threat, then no. This is simply, saying words to try to calm someone down. I don't know that there's a skill for calming someone down.
Yeah, we would just use diplomacy probably, but you're already more than succeeded on your roll last time around, and she is calming down. It's just this is completely out of her.
So I guess I won't be using another round, but I'll still be. I guess I need to roll for the hell. Why am I brain farting here?
Persuasion?
Perception? No, don't worry about it. Yeah, then there's nothing, no threats or anything like that at the moment.
Well, that's it for me then. I clicked the arrow, but then I guess
Yeah,
it's invisible to me.
it went to one of the fleeing thugs. All right, Luna. Let's see, Nasdaq hasn't arrived yet, so we're just going to keep Luna in the background for now. I'm not going to make any decisions, but I'll make a note on. Let's see here. Let's see notes. I always have it set to roll stabilization checks for NPCs when I pass their turn. Although it probably doesn't matter a whole lot at this point. Arthur.
Has combat properly ended, it seems.
It probably will at the end of your turn. Or at the end of Zed and Bakai's turn.
Yeah, noticing that all threats seem to have dissipated, seem to have fled, I will go ahead and the little bit of darkness emanating from my fingertips just dissipates away as I am no longer readying that little ray attack.
Okay.
He basically just takes a deep breath, just basically like hands in his pockets, takes a deep breath, like adjusts his glasses. He doesn't have to fight often. He tries to avoid it if he can. And he basically just since it's just Maria, her name was?
Yep.
Since Maria seems to be a little unsettled by his presence, he's going to go ahead and take a step over here and just lean against the wall. So that she's not in his immediate presence, so to speak.
She doesn't seem to be upset by you. She seems to be upset more by the circumstances.
I've met many people who were upset by my mere presence, so I'm going to play it safe.
Okay.
I'm going to end my turn with that.
All right. Not coincidentally, though, she does seem to be calming down. Zed.
All right. There's nothing I can do here. I know that Rakai is coming with the prisoner, so I'll walk there. I noticed that I don't have the vision on her. Her dark vision isn't turned on. But I guess it doesn't matter right now. I can see my vision.
Yeah, you can see your vision. Then when you click down to her, you should be able to see her vision.
All right, so let's see. Where's the... Because I really don't have anything to do other than help calm. I'll smile at her and try and use my wiles, but I'm not a carousing person, so I don't really know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Where's the button to say I'm done?
At the bottom of the combat.
Turn complete. Got it. Okay, yeah, she doesn't have her vision turned on, so it's still dark.
Okay, she should. Hang on 1 second here.
He's listed as having dark vision.
Well, I click on her and I just see darkness. Oh, wow.
Wow.
For a moment there, I saw everything.
Does that work?
Now,
Flash lightning.
I got flashbanged and now I can't see anyone else.
Let's see here.
It's still dark.
It is still dark.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see.
Vision 60 dark.
Yeah, everyone else disappeared. I'm by myself.
Click on your own token. That seems to work.
That's the area I just put into the...
That did it.
Maybe we have to put it on the character sheet. Let me see how it appears on, because it's working on Tal's. Let me see how it appears. Dark vision 60. Okay, I've got it opposite. See if this helps.
Once you put that, you have to kind of move the token a little bit to take effect, I think, on the map.
All right, I'll do the move.
Okay, and I'll move the...
Okay, yep, that worked. Okay, so she drags him. I'm guessing it's a half move to carry the body. So I did a move. I guess that's
Yep.
dragging him along.
Okay, great.
Okay, that's it.
All right. We'll break from the actual combat rounds. Feel free to play away as the Slayers retreat into the night.
All right. She's going to bring him up to us, and I'm going to ask the lady, Mariah, or whatever her name is, these guys knew you. Is there a reason somebody's after you? Any ideas?
I don't know. I can't say. I've never seen these men before.
I mean, how much time do we want to spend with this guy on the ground? Do we want to wake him, interrogate him?
Probably need to move. We can bring him with us.
Okay. All right. I guess Bakai's strength is 16. Is that the best?
Let's see. Let's look in the party sheet here.
So is he knocked out?
Yeah, he's knocked out. Yep. Bakai's strength.
From non-lethal or lethal?
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Okay.
Yeah, we could always just tie him up and wake him up and drag him along. Or we can fireman carry him tied up.
Who has strength? We just take him with us because we don't want to spend too much time in the streets, right?
Well, that's what I just asked. Buckeye has 16.
Yeah, Bakai's the strongest.
Yeah, let's do that. Otherwise, we're going to have to do the interrogation right here.
Okay, then let's tie him up. If anybody has good... what skill would be to tie somebody?
I believe since he's unconscious, I don't think
If it's unconscious, there's no really skills. You just need rope.
Yeah, you just need some rope.
All right, so we'll tie him up. This 5-foot-tall lady will fireman carry this 6-foot-tall guy. And we'll continue on. And he's gagged, by the way. We'll gag him.
Okay. Are you heading through the neighborhoods, or are you going to stick to the main street?
I think we're going through the back alleys, aren't we? Whose idea was this last time?
Yeah, we were going to cut through, follow these that character who was spying on us. It looks like we dispersed them. Now we have somebody. We're just going to beeline to wherever our destination is.
Okay, so
Beelines, you know.
We were
It
doing
is
the main
stealthily.
street, but we ran to this way in pursuit of the people that were attacking us.
Yep. So we're just
Yeah.
back on track, and then we're
Okay.
take whatever comes next. But our destination now is to where we need to go because we have someone to interrogate once we get there. So we don't need to.
Well, I think Naka with the ugly cat should be the one leading, since this is our tank, just so to speak, right?
She'll scout ahead.
Okay. All right. That is a cat that needs to see a vet. But anyway.
so are you going back out to Carter Street, and then south along Carter, or are you guys going to cut through the neighborhoods?
We just cut through this neighborhood to the west, right? And then back to Cheap Street, right? Is that right?
That works.
Yep, across the Cheap Street, sure.
Okay.
And then Cheap Street, and then we need to get to Gold or Cash, something like that.
Yeah, you need to get to the corner of Gold and Cash.
So we get to
All right.
Cheap Street, take a left.
Cheap
to
and Cash, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, so
probably the most economical way we would go diagonal through down
cut through the neighborhoods,
Yep.
through Craft and Cheap there, and continue Cheap to Cash.
Okay. So as you're scouting ahead, Tal, or Nuck, give me a perception check.
Sure.
Would I know of any current roadblocks on that path? Like maybe someone had a festival where somebody has booths set up or construction.
That
or
one's out now, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I know,
night
but
of-
the stuff doing the block might still be out. Like if they're doing construction or whatever, something might be in the way. I just
Ooh, that's a rough roll.
Yeah.
Well, knowledge local would do that.
Yeah,
right?
you can give me a knowledge local. As far as you know, I don't know if you've ever been in this neighborhood before, but you know beyond that, it should come out.
Ooh,
There's-
angry dice today.
There's a street called Plague Court. It actually runs a couple blocks long, and it's kind of like it's basically a glorified alley. And then if you can cut down through there, you can get to Craft Street, and then over to Cheap.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
Take the path least resistance.
As you get 3/4 of the way through the field, that's come up, or that's basically rising up out of the ashes of the burned out house, to the south and back to the east a little bit, you can hear the whinny of a frightened horse and the sounds of wood bashing against wood or stone, and you can hear hoofs like slamming down onto the cobbles. It sounds like the horse is panicked. It doesn't sound like it's running, but it sounds like it's maybe clattering into something.
How far away?
It's be in the neighborhood below. If on
Naka, you got handle animal?
Let me turn the light on this map. And like say, for instance, you guys might have been around in here as you were crossing the field. You could hear that from somewhere to the south.
How are we supposed to see that sniper over there?
He's run away.
And
Sure.
our current path is through there, right?
Yeah, there or
That's the glorified alley you mentioned.
yes.
Okay. All right, so that's I put in some in character text there.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, we should
continue.
move.
And,
Take a round or two, and she'll just run down that way and take a look to see what's there. Does
Alright,
not
but-
warrant the whole party to follow and investigate. She'll just turn back.
All right. Well, since we're moving slowly, since Bakai's carrying somebody, we're moving at half movement. That'll give him a chance to go look and catch up with us.
I think if you have enough strength, you can move regular speed, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. I thought it was. All right. That's fine.
I think
gonna
Yeah.
argue it.
If you have enough strength, you can do like there's a rule for.
Doesn't it just put you at the
encumbrance?
next encumbrance? Yeah,
think
like if
so,
you're
yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
at light, it makes you medium.
But if you have 16, I'm sure you can carry someone with.
I have a 230-pound carry
Yeah.
limit, and I'm carrying 5 pounds.
Yeah,
But
there
that would kick me at, let's see, heavy load.
would be movement
Would-
of 20.
Let's see, over 153 pounds would be heavy load.
Okay.
So we're moving at 20. Okay. Unless you want to say, hey, it's no big deal, then
No, you'd be moving at 20.
okay. So we're a little bit slower. Naka can go do Naka stuff and let us know and send her ugly cat to get us, and if we need to.
Okay. So let's say you guys are making your way through the field in this direction. And Naka, are you going to cut through the west alley or the southwest or the southeast?
She'll just go around there and see what she can see.
Okay.
That's where the sound's coming from, right?
It is, yeah.
Yep.
And as you go down into this alley, it seems to it kind of echoes more.
Okay.
You're getting closer. I'll bring up a map for you.
Okay.
So At first level, we've already split the party on the second session. Got it? Okay. Yes, we're off to a good start.
I mean, if the party's moving at its speed, you can
I'm
still
kidding.
see me.
Yeah, no, we're fine.
I assume we're moving. We just haven't dragged our little symbols yet. Is that
No,
right?
we're kind of theater in the mind of it a little bit while we're in between maps. So let's see here. So, Nakal, as you get to say here, and I'll drag Teddy onto the map with you, and I'll send a new map out. So this is the neighborhood to the south of where you guys just were. You come upon a scene where there is a bunch of giant rats. And you can tell by the sound of the horse, you can't actually see it yet, but you can see several giant rats moving into the alleyway from where you were. They seem to have some kind of a horse surrounded, and the horse is in a panic.
But it hasn't detected me,
No, you're still far enough away that you can't actually see yet, and that's
and
down
I
in
can
this direction.
hear the
And
horses.
you can hear the horse. It's a horse.
The horse. Okay.
And you can
the horse.
you can hear the sound of wood hitting wood, and
Okay.
hooves hitting cobblestones.
And I see big rats.
You saw two giant rats
Okay.
from the edge of that arrow heading down to
Okay.
the south.
All right. So I'm going to return to the party and report what I saw.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Alright.
put
Shall
that
we
in
go?
chat.
Help the horse, or? I mean, I'm in a charitable mood tonight.
Well, it's on the way, right? And
It's
does
a
the horse have a
little-
No,
ride?
it's actually not on the way. It's the other
it's
way.
1 minute out of the way. How many rats?
Nakas saw two at the start.
Oh,
From the sound of it, there might be more.
I think we ought to go help the horse. Does Maria look like she has an opinion?
She's just following along. She's at your mercy.
Was the horse attached to a cart or some kind of device? Like
It's quite possible the sound of the wood clattering. It's quite possible it's still tethered to something, or it's trying to break free of something, or it's caught somewhere.
All right, so Naka doesn't want to go help the horse. I'd like to help the horse. Who's breaking the tie?
I'm not exactly an animal person, but a horse does have its value.
well, if the horse can carry the body, we can move faster.
Ooh, there's logic in that argument. I start moving in that direction. Come on, Naka. Let's see your arrows and your cat in action.
All right, let me reset everybody here.
I assume you have some sort of animal handling.
Yeah, out of character, my idea is if it's not running away, it's either in a stable or it's connected to a cart that it can't move from.
It also might belong to a merchant that might be happy with us. Yeah,
Exactly. If we save the horse, who's to say that we own the horse?
I mean,
Assuming there's a
if
merchant,
someone-
we're leaning towards good deeds. Might as well. It sounds like let's do good deeds then.
Maybe
Or-
don't
or-
give out a free horse, but I understand your logic.
Yeah, we could borrow the horse. All right.
Okay, so
well-
I've just advanced everybody. Let's see here. Let's get some initiative rolls from you guys.
Alrighty.
I'm doing just the one initiative, right?
Yeah, actually, do two. Do one for Bakai as well.
Bad roll.
Oh, well, that was convenient.
All right. Let's see here. We got everybody. Said Alex, Teddy, Asami. Looks like we're good. Okay. You guys have the map. Do you see yourselves on the map?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So feel free to arrange yourselves in whatever order up until like this.
I assume you want to remove the inspired courage off of us.
I think it should automatically, no?
It's still there.
It does, yeah. Okay.
Well, if the round is set to it, to the effects, and how many rounds should it be?
It's one
It
round.
should just be one round.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't one round.
Well,
I did it. I have to spend it every round I do it.
You can leave it on there and just toggle it off for everybody if you want.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Is everybody able to toggle it on and off? Or
No,
it
only
has
the
to
person
be-
who puts it on.
Okay, so let's take it off and let's set a duration for that.
Okay. I have Naka highlighted. I'm attempting to delete it.
I'll
Somebody
delete
else
them
did.
all. Yeah, I'm in there.
Oh,
right
gotcha.
now, so-
Okay. I figured since it was my ability, but that's cool.
Question. I noticed that I emit a small bit of white around my character. Is that just because it's my character? Or does everyone else see that?
I think that's everybody's, or everybody sees that on their own character.
Okay, just making sure.
As far as I know. So on your inspired courage, Asami, if you open that up, you should be able to set a timer for that.
Yeah, so I recommend for lower level, just do like 2 rounds and then keep adding the effects every 2 rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's not always on there.
You could alternatively have it one round and just reactivate it every time.
Yep, you could do that as well. It's
Good.
Doesn't it take your standard action to
Yeah.
maintain it?
Yeah.
Already.
you target
No,
your
it
friendly.
takes a standard action to begin it, a free action to maintain it, and that changes when you level up to a certain point. It goes move action, then
Yeah, you could very easily just
it
quote
already
unquote
says round.
recast it.
Yeah, it already says units round.
Does it say?
I
Does it
think,
say one?
Yeah, I think it boils down to how much work do you want to do. If you want to do every round, putting the effect on everybody, then do that. What I'm suggesting is at lower level, maybe every 2 round to refresh it so that it doesn't stay on permanently, right?
There we go. Yeah, there's
Or you can do 3 rounds or something.
Okay, yeah, let's do 2 rounds. I'll just set them all for 2 rounds. But that
Okay.
ticks off as we'll just set it for
I
one.
actually had to check mark it myself,
Oh, okay. So it doesn't tick
which
it off.
I do. I don't mind having that control because we don't want it to automatically run when I'm not casting it. You know.
Right, correct.
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
It doesn't really matter. We get the benefit, but for tracking, it would just stay on like it would without rounds, like just now before you added new ones.
Yeah, I've got it. I'll set it fixed for 1 round. If it becomes a pain in the ass, we'll figure something out.
Might be easier to manage too. Higher levels, there's more rounds to play with.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
But you know what? The other thing I mentioned is the person, the bard, will just go through the combat tracker and toggle everyone off when it's not on.
I don't know what's
And you just
more
leave the
work.
effect. Yeah, one way or the other, it just worked for you.
I think if you toggle the friendly units and then hit cast for the bardic performance inspire courage.
That's what I did to put it on.
Yeah.
I don't. Can
So
I
when-
undo it that same way?
No, you don't even need to undo it. It's going to expire after 1 round, and then next round just do it again.
Okay, but to maintain, it's a free action, not a standard action.
No,
So
but
I
it
already
still ticks off a round of your performance, right?
Well, it should absolutely.
Yeah. So it won't affect your actions. It just
Okay.
ticks off like I say, it'll just tick off the round. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Everybody where they want to be.
So she's dumping the body in the space north of Zed, and he's guarding it with his kitchen knife, dagger.
Okay.
I feel like the guy from Mystery Squad using his mother's cutlery.
All right, let's see here. Let me back you up 1 second.
Assume Luna came with us, though they probably won't be doing much right
Yeah,
now.
if Nasdaq comes, we'll have Luna join the fray.
You'll slap him down onto the map.
So let's see here, 0, and we'll restart that. Here we go. Okay. DM's rolling dice in the background. Naka. And I've got the lighting turned off and all that stuff, so it won't be. This isn't the kind of fight where it'll be in that effect.
In light?
Yeah, this won't be the kind of fight
Okay.
where it's.
Okay, that's fine. So at this point, from memory, as far as I can tell, the rats were right around there.
Yeah, and they were running to the south.
They're running to the south.
Yeah.
All right. I will just go. Do you want to lock us down so I can see how much movement I have?
No, go ahead. I trust
Okay.
you.
1, 2, 3, 4. To see around the corner there,
Okay.
and that's my action. I'm not going to go any more than that.
Okay. So you can see.
Oh, you want Teddy to go on its own turn, right? On her own turn.
Well, yeah. How did we work it last time? Did you guys just roll initiative or just assign a number to it?
I think they're separate. We go separately.
Okay. We'll figure.
Yes, because I believe I remember Teddy acting first last time.
Yeah, I
before
think so too. Let me see here. So you can see.
Teddy could delay action to wait instruction.
But Teddy does not know how to do that.
You can see that rat there. You can just kind of make the outline of them.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on it and wait till more people come, and I'll let them know.
Okay, Zed.
All right. I brandish my kitchen dagger at the unconscious body, and look around.
Okay.
And then the Eidolon will move, let's see, 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay, so this should be 60. Okay, that's it. Do I need to hit the next turn again?
No, I'll put you down to the Eidolon. There we go.
Oh, and next turn. Okay, so I've done that.
Okay, and
You're good.
Mariah's just holding fast. Teddy.
Teddy will scurry along. Teddy moves at 30. Teddy will scurry along and just kind of, acting like what an animal does, just hanging out with its master and wait for instruction.
Okay.
Peeing on the walls and the corners. Yeah.
Sniffing new environment.
Yeah. See, it could move 90, but he has to sniff everything.
So the horse in a panic. Flailing out at the rats. The rats are trying to bring down the horse. Asami.
I'll just move forward. This is where the action is.
All right.
That's a double move.
All right, very good. Arthur.
I think I'm gonna follow suit. I have no reason to believe anything would come from the north, so I'm going to go ahead and follow suit and double move myself. Let's go around here behind Asami, and I'm going to end my turn with that, just for now.
Alrighty. These rats are small enough that they can kind of scurry into spaces. Naka. So, let's see here. I'll wait to see what you do before I offer up any information.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
I was going to prematurely tell you what you see until I realized you might not move on.
Why don't you premature tell me what I see? All right, so Naka is going to Naka is going to come out here and take a shot.
Okay, so do you see all those rats on the board now? All the rats?
Yes.
Okay, so what you see is you see two dire rats on either side of a horse, nipping at his legs as the horse is reared up, trying to kick out at these rats. The horse is attached to what looks like used to be the arm of a carriage or a cart. It's still tethered to his side, and the strapping is loose enough that it was kind of hanging down at the ground at one point, but it got caught in between these two buildings. So now the horse is effectively trapped to like about 5 or 6 feet of tether on either side of this post that's lodged in between these two buildings, so it's unable to go anywhere. And these basically small dog-sized rats are trying to bring it down.
Important question is, does the horse have an owner?
It's attached to what looks like it would have been a cart. So at some point,
it looks like the party's interested in grabbing this horse. No. All right. So with that, instead of shooting, I'm going to make my bow a little bit special by casting a spell.
Okay.
And with that, pass my turn.
And what I also noticed last time I looked over the video, you've got the +2 composite strength bonus on your bow. I did the when I changed it to I started.
I actually don't have a composite longbow.
Okay, you wanted one though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I deemed that you couldn't afford it because I was using my kind of Lankhmar sort of economy.
Yeah.
As opposed to, let's just everybody just buy starting equipment, and then once the game starts, then we'll get into my bizarre Lankhmar economy. So you would have had enough.
Yeah.
You would have had enough to afford a +2 composite bow.
Okay, so I'll take care of that another time because I don't have it set up.
Okay.
So I just use a regular longbow right now.
I think, did I drag it on your sheet? I thought I did.
It's on the sheet, but I have to set it up as an action. So I'm not.
Okay.
I'll
You just
do the regular for this round, and I'll figure it out until the next round.
You can just change the damage to +2.
Yep. Okay. Cool then.
All right.
So I did that, and that's my turn.
Okay, great. Zed.
All right, I grab Mariah by the hand and I bring her closer to everybody. So 10, 15, 20, 30. So we're going to come down to here. Like I say, I'm grabbing her by the hand and keeping her next to me.
Okay, and we'll say, for instance, that the thug is
Yeah,
trestled up on the
leaving him
ground.
there.
Okay, great.
I have to stay within 100 feet of the Eidolon or we suffer some issues.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm trying to watch the thug and the action. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Moving to here and going to try to do it's a long shot, but I'm going to try and intimidate. So let's see if this works. Skills.
I think you might be too far away to intimidate the rats.
30 feet, I think it is.
But for Bakai, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So
she's
we've got Zed moving on a different initiative than Bakai.
So
yeah. Well, I did Zed. Sorry, I did
just a
Zed.
quick note on intimidate it during combat. Unless if you have a power to do it to all enemies, you can only
No,
do it to one enemy.
one
Yep,
enemy.
just one.
Okay,
enemy.
I thought I heard rats.
No, sorry. So I was premature then. I guess Rat 14 could go first. Should I back up Bakai?
That's okay. I'm doing it right now. Okay, so the horse has got a couple rat bites on it. Now we're on Bakai.
All right, so Bakai tries to do an intimidate. All right, that should work. Let's see. It is 10 plus the target's hit dice plus the target's wisdom modifier.
Okay.
For every 5 over that, it's shaken for a round. So it's shaken if I hit that score, which I'm pretty sure I did.
Pretty sure you did too.
And then if I hit it for another multiple, it'll be shaken for 2 turns. So that's probably as far as it gets.
Yep. So it's shaken for 2. Let me put that on.
Yes,
there.
intimidate cannot escalate past shaken.
Right.
I read up on the intimidate skill because funny thing, I use a lot of fear, so I kind of need to know these things.
Yeah, I'm just trying to reduce its attack. I think it's just a -2 to attack or something.
It's a -1 to attack, and I think AC.
Let me set the time on that for 2 rounds. It was the
right.
the rat
Very
right in front of her,
close.
right? The 23.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha.
Yep. And that's it. Okay.
And Mariah follows along, and she doesn't give you any resistance or anything like that. She's just kind of in tow for this. Teddy.
Maka will call Teddy, and as Teddy comes nearby, she says she basically just tells it to stay where it is,
Okay.
and Teddy does that.
Yeah. Shaken. -2 to attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks and ability checks. Perfect. So that'll help the horse, maybe.
So it looks like one of the rats gets kicked by a horse's hoof. It doesn't look like a trained war horse, right? It's definitely just a cart horse. The rats continue to bite at the horse. So this guy here, so Bakai's kind of spooked this rat, and the rat tries to scurry off away from her, away from this scene. And in doing so, yes, incurs an AOO, multiple AOOs if you have combat reflexes.
Nope, just the one.
Oh,
okay.
Let's try and confirm that.
Well, that rat's gone.
Smashes her foot against it for 18 points of damage.
Okay, so how come that didn't try to confirm?
It did. It rolled the 2 dice on my thing.
Oh, okay, there we go. I missed the 15. Okay, yeah, that rat's off the board.
Also, yes, it is a -2 to attacks, saves, and checks.
Yep, pretty much everything.
Even better than I remembered.
Well, I would have liked the AC. I'd trade an attack for an AC any day.
The saving throws is really nice for me.
Yeah. All right.
So Bakai crushes that rat. I'm not sure how she does it, with her hands or foot.
No, she just, with her foot, just slams down right on the back of its neck.
Right on the back of its neck. And
yep.
It just stops.
All feet and tail go straight out.
Yep, it just stops instantly.
Yep.
Sami.
On that note, I'm inspired to make this comment. And that is my comedic joke to start the performance to make y'all hit rats better. And so I have everyone targeted, and so I will hit Inspire Confidence. Should have given y'all that for 1 round.
Yep. Awesome.
That's a standard action. For a move action, I'm gonna. Hopefully, it'll let me do this.
Bakai has multiple instances of Inspire Courage.
Oh, I must have forgot to remove the other one.
Okay, I just wanted to get a better view. That's all I can really move forward. So
He's feeling pretty cocky after killing
I
that
want to get
rat.
too close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just forgot to delete the other one. I thought I'd gotten everybody.
So
All
kill
right.
those rats before this horsey becomes its meal.
I would love to, but unfortunately, all of my spells are quite short range, so all I can really do is try and double stride again. I'm going to go ahead and move right up to, let's say, there, as I'm going to line myself up to actually start slinging some spells next time. Not much I could do now, but hey, at least I'm here now.
All right. These rats are pretty much oblivious to people coming up behind. They're so focused on the horse. And the horse is starting to wear a little, but it's holding its own. Knock. I got to get that right.
Yeah, Naka.
Knock.
Knock an arrow.
So Naka is going to move up in range.
Is Naka supposed to have 2 instances of point-blank shot?
Oh, okay. I put 1 too many on there. Okay. Let's see. So that's within 30. No one's in my way. Actually, gonna be there. And target this creature here. Bloop.
Nice shot.
And take some damage.
All right. We'll take that rat off the board.
And then... Okay. That.
So that rat gets skewered with an arrow.
My action is pretty simple. I just look around, all around, and I'm done.
Okay. So the guy still hasn't moved yet, but he's starting to stir a little bit. Like he's starting to come around. We have an unconscious character. I'm going to play it a lot of times where he's more like just disabled from actually doing anything. He's actually starting to come around to being verbal, to being recognizing his surroundings. And
He's tied and gagged.
Yeah, but he's tied and gagged. But you can see him starting to stir a little bit.
All right, I do that thing where you put your 2 fingers to your eyes and then point at them with the 2 fingers.
He's not quite that around yet. He's just kind of coming around now.
All right.
So this rat just sees his companion fall, but he's still pressing the attack. Ooh. All right. And Bakai. The horse has got several nips and bites on his legs.
Step up and control click. Back. Damage. Okay, 11 points.
That'll do it.
He basically grabs that one and slams it against the wall and drops it.
And it falls limp.
Yep. He doesn't have handle animal, so we're done. Dunk.
Teddy.
Teddy will scurry up 1, 2, 3. she gets there, not good, does it? And she stays put.
Okay. The horse. Kicks out twice and manages to hit a rat and kill a rat that it had already hit. So let's see here. And this rat here goes to flee. Oh, I rolled the wrong thing. That was a mistake. I meant to do this. There we go. The horse is on fire. All right. So it kicks the rat as it flees. And the rat can't go very far. The rat gets about to there. As it's kind of... you can tell it's got some broken bones. It's kind of trying to limp away. Sami.
Just gonna move to this alleyway. That's the move action, and see if there's anything coming from the west.
Okay. Everything looks clear.
Okay, I'll just basically maintain that position.
Okay.
Hey, it looks clear from here,
Alrighty.
and that's one round, so the thing should have fallen off already.
Yep,
right?
it did. Yep, it's perfect.
Excellent.
Arthur.
Sorry, I was messing with some stuff trying to fix my character. I believe what I heard while I was fiddling was that all the rats got destroyed. Except for this final rat over
Yeah,
there.
he's trying to limp away. He's in bad shape.
I feel no reason to destroy that rat. I'm also not within any range to actually damage it that well. Bit unfortunate for me, but oh well. I believe it is best to... I also don't want to approach that horse. I believe I will try to make my way back up where Zed and Maria are.
Okay.
In that case. Fine. 60. I'm gonna double move there. Just
Okay.
ran back and forth for 3 rounds.
Some
It happens.
combats
you
are
know,
like that.
I am a low-level sorcerer. This will stop being an issue soon.
Good work, Cap.
I was moral support.
Knock.
1, 2,
Each one of these squares is 5 feet.
3. I'm counting 1 as 2 squares.
Alright.
So I am in the horse's way. I'm going to try to make a shot with some penalty.
Okay. That
The
horse
is
is
in my way.
really thrashing around too.
Yep.
It's panicked. So
So
You-
it's
you can-
probably
do you have-
superior cover or cover. What do you want?
do you have any like animal handling or knowledge nature skills?
But I don't believe. Give me a second. I probably do. I have wild empathy. All right, so I'll try that.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know that you're close enough. If you got to there, you'd be close enough to maybe get kicked if the
Okay.
horse was still panicked.
All right, so
But you
I'll
can
do
still
some
go there and
wild
shoot.
empathy, right?
If you want to calm the horse, either that or you can go and shoot and take your chances, or you can shoot from behind Bakai. It'll
All right,
ha- it'll ha-
probably like superior cover at this point.
yeah, just let's see, with the second degree of cover.
Okay, so I got superior cover turned on.
So even though the token takes up all 10 feet, the horse isn't 10 feet wide.
Right. But I've got two things in front of me there. So I'll take a shot. Bloop. Probably gonna miss. It did.
Zed.
All right. thinking to Akai that, hey, guy's stirring. And that's it from me.
Okay.
Akai comes back. All right, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60. Okay, and that's it.
Alrighty. Maria. Teddy.
And it'll just stay put.
All right. So the horse. The horse can't really move. It's got the wood is lodged right like this. So the only way it would be able to go anywhere would be up towards Naka if it decided to go that way. But it's pulling against the wood that's lodged in there. And you can see that it's... you don't know if all these injuries are rat injuries or it's hurt itself from getting jammed up in here and trying to escape. This rat tries to do a full movement and begins dying out. He's trying to escape, so I'll just take him off the board. He gets to about down here where he gives out from his injuries, or where it gives out from his injuries. It's still alive, but it's got the dying condition on it now. It's probably going to die. And
Yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't do anything besides a move action, it could probably limp away eventually.
yeah, we tried to double move away. It's a panic
all right.
animal.
All right, so if we are out of initiative, I'll try to calm the horse. But if we are not,
Yep.
just continue.
We're out of initiative.
It's my turn. I know we're out of initiative, but I had an action to do that.
Yep,
I
absolutely.
heard that music calms the savage beast, so I'll pull out the flute and play a calming song.
Okay.
Because I don't have handle animal. But for the note, handle animal is a skill attached to the flute. But anyway, I don't expect it to work, but somebody doesn't know any better.
I'm going to give a +1 to the wild empathy check for that.
So it performs a nice, calm, soothing song on her flute. I did not add the +1 to that, so.
All right.
That's okay.
So it's not going to take a round. So I'm going to take 20 on my diplomacy if we're out of initiative.
Yeah, you're out of initiative.
So it would be a 22.
I'm not sure you can do that. But anyway,
Doesn't taking 20 take like
so
an
it take
hour?
20 rounds.
No, just
So
20
rounds, whatever 20 rounds is.
Yeah, so 2
20
minutes.
rounds is
2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah.
Yep. And I'm good with that. You want to take 2 minutes to calm the horse down?
I mean, I don't think this horse is going to calm down in a few rounds, right?
Yeah, unless you roll spectacularly and
Right. So, yeah.
or maybe have a way to heal it.
That's why I asked if we're out of initiative. I'm going to take 2 minutes to calm this horse down, which is
Perfect.
probably reasonable, right?
Yes, definitely. Okay, so while Naka's calming the horse down, the Slayer comes around.
He's still
Well, if
he was
he's
still gagged and bound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still gagged and bound. He's
if he's
but he's
able to walk, we'll tie his legs like what do you call it, a hobble? Or I don't know what it's called.
Hogtied.
Well, not hogtied, so he can walk, but if he tried to run, he'd fall on his face.
Okay.
A short little prisoner type of chain type thing.
Okay.
And we'll let him do his own locomotion. Grab him by the scruff of the neck, stand him up, and push him to come along with us.
All right, excellent. Are you guys going to continue down through this neighborhood once you've got the horse wrangled and
Yeah, let's get together.
Yeah, what's the story with the horse? Is there an owner, or did they abandon the horse, or what's the deal?
it looks like the horse was pulling a cart, like a cart, or does anybody have like any societal checks, like knowledge, nobility, or anything like that?
I have all the knowledge.
Okay, so
But is there something that stands
belongs
out
to me.
ability,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
would it be like local? Like, is this a delivery guy for local grocery store or something? I don't know.
This is definitely the horse, a horse that would pull a fairly expensive carriage.
Hers?
No,
what's-
like 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 in like a Sherlock Holmes kind of movie, like one of those carriages that's closed in with a door and it's fancy. You can
Hey,
tell
guys.
by the carving of the wood and stuff like that. It was a fairly expensive carriage at one point.
That looks like a fancy horse.
But we don't see that carriage, right?
No, but you can see the wood that is still attached to. I don't know what they call those
Okay.
arms.
All right.
So let's
So,
take him with us. We can
does-
find the guy in the morning.
Does the horse have a title on it? Because we'll take it.
Yeah, there's no markings or anything
Or
like that.
we'll check the trunk and the glove compartment. No title, nothing. All right.
Check his license plate.
All right. Does it look like it's hurt?
Yeah, yes, it's injured.
All right. So
It's got a couple rat bites, and it's also it's got some scrapes and stuff like that from when it got jammed in this little crevice here.
I'm going to blow my only cure life for the day, and maybe the horse might have positive attitude towards me. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heal the horse.
Okay,
And that's how much healing the horse. Whoa, nice.
nice. So let's see here.
As I spend 2 minutes kind of calming it down and healing it.
All right, so the horse becomes friendly,
All right.
joins the team. So you can it calms down enough so you can unlash this wooden brace
Okay.
and
Free it?
yeah, kind of free it, and it doesn't run off.
Okay.
It'll let you
All right.
hold its reins and stuff like that.
All right. We now have a horse.
You now have a horse.
Bring him along. Not a talking
Alright.
horse, I assume.
Who has pretty good either handle animal or diplomacy?
Got to be the Naka with the cat. I mean, if you can handle that thing, you can handle this thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can free my hands, but it looks like I'm gonna have to handle it. Okay.
Asami was probably fairly used to being around horses with her background.
Yes, but handle animal is a
Oh.
trained only, and it's not a bard skill.
Okay.
Although if I could use the background, maybe I could make a plain 20 check.
Yeah.
See if I remember that.
Yeah.
Is our little guest, does she have any riding skills? She seems like she could. Fancy
don't-
people.
Let's have
I wouldn't put her on a horse. If
So,
that horse gets spooked, we lose her.
That's a horse.
That's like the fourth one, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not good.
The dice are furious today.
Right.
Does,
So
does she have,
actually, I'm not quite certain if that's a horse. It kind of looks like a horse.
Well, I
Is
heard
Mar-
that it was on fire, so I imagine we got more than just a horse. We got a nightmare.
It's
does
Pegasus.
Mariah have handle animal at all?
She does not.
Okay. All right.
Fine.
Let's.
That's fine. Nako will take care of it.
So I'm supposed
I
to
mean-
bring knowledge to the group, and so far my knowledge skills have been fail.
You can.
can always-
I could convince you guys effectively that is not a horse. That is a reindeer.
I can always pull its harness, and you can keep it calm if you need to, because I don't need to be involved in fights. So I will once the ranger has calmed the animal or druid or
Yeah.
whatever you are. I will lead the horse.
Okay, terrific. The horse is calmed down, and its wounds have pretty much all healed over.
Okay. Now let's continue on our journey.
All right.
We've replaced a party member with a horse.
So let's see here. You can come out either on Craft Street or back to Carter Street. The closest one is over to Carter from where you are, or you can kind of zip around the neighborhood and come out to Craft.
Unless if you want us to make any check, we'll just kind of intuitively go whatever direction that we think is shortest. to reach our destination.
Okay. You probably guess that going back out to Carter Street, because it's right here,
Okay.
would be the easiest. Asami knows that this neighborhood kind of twists and turns and stuff like that, and she's not really sure where all
I'm
these
still
little
confused as to what animals in front of us. Yeah, it sounds to me like either way, just pick the way you want to go. Like going quickly to the major road gets us to the major roads quicker, or working through the neighborhood might be a shortcut per se, but you're wandering through the neighborhoods.
Yeah, you might
So
hit
it's
some
up to-
dead ends and have to come back.
Right, right.
Well, like I said, we're just gonna try to beeline it with it, just whatever
I'd
the best
say-
route is, right?
My input is get to the major road and then follow the major road around. But I'll do what the group wants to do.
I'm following Naka. Lead the way.
All right, we'll just go to the main road and just get to where we're going, because it seems like the more we're on the road, the more chaos we're running into.
Well, the horse is probably easier on the main road.
Yeah,
Yep, definitely.
that's true. It won't be
So if you
bottlenecked.
So if you consult the main map, you guys come out right there. You went,
Okay.
you went in up there, and you came out right there. So,
All right, go
you-
back to Carter.
Carter?
And then make a right on Craft.
Make a right on Carter Street and go down to Cash Street. It's the corner of
Cash. Yep, cash and
it's,
cheap.
Cash and Gold.
Cheap, I think you said. You changed your mind. It wasn't gold anymore.
No, it was. I said Craft instead of Cash.
Oh, okay. Craft and gold.
Yeah, Craft and Gold. See where that the big circle is?
All right.
That's where you're heading. So let's get rid of all these other circles.
Craft.
They're confusing.
Craft and gold, you said?
Craft and Gold, yep.
Craft.
I believe
and
it's
gold.
that big.
Hey,
circle
there's
on the
there's
left.
Pimp Street too. Craft and gold. Oh, it's way over there.
Way over there, yeah. So that's why they said it's like about a 20-minute walk. If you zoom in far enough on this map, you'll see the grid, and each of those is 5 feet. So
All right. Looks like we just take Craft all the way.
take Craft all the way. All right, so let's zoom ahead to let's see here. Just past Craft Street. So not too far down. You can hear the footsteps of a couple of the thugs that might have gotten away. And you can hear them heading down Carter Street. So I don't know if you want to get off of Carter Street and go back, or
We got one member here.
okay.
We don't need more. That means if we got more, we need a way to like corral them. I think one is enough. I mean, what does everyone think?
Yeah, I mean, if they're moving away from us and not like setting up an ambush, let's move away from them.
Yeah, you can hear them moving down Carter. Well, actually, it's been 2 minutes, so they've already fled.
Yeah.
So when you get to Carter and Craft, I'm going to give you another map.
It's Horse Street, nice. There's Pimp Street, Horse Street.
Yep.
All right.
Thinking Mariah's more trouble than she's worth. But I'm not saying it out loud.
Don't presume. Let's see. Maybe there's something at the end of this rainbow.
Right.
All right, and let's put you up around in here. You just passing. So I think I've shared that with you. Okay, so you just passed Craft Street,
Are we heading east?
south.
Oh, I thought Craft was
Gold or Cash. You want to go down to Cash.
Oh, Cash. We're still on
You're still on Carter, and you're heading down.
Wait, no, but you said What's that pin then?
What pin?
There's a pin on there. Oh,
It
that's
just tells us
that's
the
just a pin.
district where-
Okay, got it.
So
All right, okay, we're good. I'm good.
I'd say let's move to down the
All right.
street.
Let's see here.
Now we're announcing ourselves with the horse. Cobbly, cobbly on the cobbly road.
I tell the horse to sneak. Sneak. I do the universal sign for
I
sneak.
tell the horse to ride the captive.
Horses in heat, it's not the type of ride you thought.
Poor choice of word.
Oh, look, we now find the match to the horse.
Yeah, you find the cart. Okay, so
Is it before the horse or after the horse?
it definitely came before the horse.
Alright, well, go investigate the cart.
You can, and the reason why you can see the cart at that distance is there's a glow from it. It looks like there might be a lantern set up on it.
Alright. Approach.
Feel free to move your minis. Did I unlock? They're locked. Okay. I wish there was a way to have it automatically not lock for every map that I put up.
I think that's default. It's unlocked until you lock it.
No, I think it's locking on its own.
Weird.
I think that the default is the lock.
Alright.
Alright, so Naka is
Leading the horse.
gonna
Ants scurrying across.
every 30 feet do a quick perception. That looks about 3 perceptions.
Yep, go ahead.
And the little badger is sniffing around.
Looks clear.
No, it does not. So, right here is this guy. He's actually
Eddie, get up here.
Are
Is
we
that- he-
all together at this point, or are we
Yeah.
clustered out?
yeah, you're all moving up together. Let's get everybody where you want to be, and I'll move up the horse. Where do you want the horse? Right behind Zed?
Behind it, yeah.
Okay, great. And then
Where's the lady?
I'll have her
Lady
right,
can.
right there.
Yeah,
How's that
that's
sound?
fine.
Okay. So as you get there, you see a cowled figure crouched in the doorway. And as you get closer to the cart, you can see the cart is turned over on its side. In front of the cart is a dead horse that looks like it's still attached to the. I don't know what they call those things. The things that stick
Carriage?
out. The things that stick out at the front, like the bars that they attach to.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call those, but it's still still attached to that.
We'll just call it the yoke.
Yeah, there we go.
Horse claspers.
Yeah, the yoke, still attached to the yoke. It's laying on the ground dead. You can also see beside the horse, looks like the driver is also laying on the ground dead. And it looks like in front of this building here, which is a fairly famous building in the Tenderloin district, it's called the Begging Bowl. It's a restaurant, and there is a like a wrought iron gate right here that leads into the like a front door kind of thing, and the horse is kind of skewered on that wrought iron rail, like it had barreled around a corner and lost control and slammed into that. And the driver looks like he might be he's laying on the ground beside the horse, and they're both laying in front of this building. Basically, the carriage is tipped over on its side, and there's a good bit of damage to the front of it. And you can see this cowled figure not dissimilar to the slayers that you had a run-in with earlier, and he's crouched down in the alleyway. He's kind of watching. He doesn't look like he's making any aggressive motions at this point, but he's just crouched down.
Naka's gonna fire a shot to start off initiative and just to tell him to F off.
Like a warning shot?
No, actually, just shoot him because
Okay.
it's like, get the heck out of here.
Alrighty.
Because your friends, we know what your friends are like.
We have one of them.
So this would
Yeah.
be surprise round.
Yeah, definitely surprise round, and he's definitely flat-footed. Did we freeze up? Nope, there we go.
No.
Okay. Wings the thug. And now we can get initiatives from everybody.
Ready then? Another fucking. Did I get a 5 on the dice?
From Asami's perspective, she just saw you attack the darkness. You guys seen that meme? Guess not. Sorry.
I have seen the meme. Yeah, I've definitely seen the
You know,
meme.
yes, we know what you mean. The dreaded Eldritch Gazebo. And co.
Teddy. This is the only one that would have been close enough for her to. Is it a her or him? She.
It's a she.
She.
Yeah.
For her to sniff out, and she was just indicating as you spotted.
All right. Eddie will be instructed to stay there. She moves up there.
Okay. And Mariah, over to Bakai.
All right. Well, Guy seems a little surprised at this unprovoked attack, but she enjoys fun. I don't know how to do a charge effect, so she's going to charge if that's exactly 30 feet.
On your sheet,
Mm-hmm.
it should be a section for. I don't know if I put it on for her or not. Should be a section for common effects. If you open up the hourglass or the magnifying glass, you see charge attack 2. If you click that effect and then charge AC -2.
Okay, so that's charge attack 2. So I got that set, right? Oh, yeah. And then I have
Did that go on you? I think that might have went on you.
Oh, let me try this again. Charge. Okay, so that's on her, right? And then...
No. Both of them go on you.
Yeah,
Remove the charge from the thug.
Oh, okay. That's you put it on the thug. Okay.
Nope, nothing goes on the thug.
No,
Both effects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
it was
AC
put on
got
the
hit.
thug.
The AC got put on the thug.
Okay, let's get rid of that. Yeah, just drag them both onto Bakai.
So you want to remove? Yep, there you go. The
Yeah.
thug doesn't get that.
I'm good?
You should have both of the charge effect on the attacker.
Yeah, so just drag them up onto Bakai.
somebody doing that? Because I'm not sure which to do.
Okay, so you just hover over the little effect, and then
Okay.
lift it up, and then either on the combat tracker or on the mini. I'll do it for this time.
Okay. Did I add that one? Okay.
Looks
all
like
right.
somebody did.
Okay.
I did it. Okay, great. So I'll have to change the duration on that too. Or maybe it
All right.
expires on the next rule. Okay, great.
Looks like it might be a hit.
That is definitely a hit.
6 points.
Okay, so you've taken this thug by surprise, and before he's even really got a chance to get his club out and defend himself, he's been shot and then bashed by a rather pixie-ish-looking young woman.
Hey, he's probably been slapped up a few times.
It's probably not his first time. Daka.
So,
All right.
so he's enjoying himself? Is that what I'm hearing?
That was
All
it.
right. I'm gonna be shooting into melee and getting
Well, he's out, isn't he? Or oh no, he's
No,
still
he's
up.
still up.
shooting into melee. Finish the fight. Turn on into melee. That's -4. And then where's my actions? Loop.
It is horse turn.
The horse, nothing's really threatened the horse to spook it or anything like that. You're shooting away from it. Bakai's run ahead, so the horse is still okay.
He's up.
Yep, we're good.
Or who's up?
I'm moving some stuff around.
Oh, okay.
Moving some pieces.
Uh-oh.
All friendlies, I presume, right?
Yes, absolutely. From atop a gabled roof, I think the only real lines of sight I have are the horse, Arthur, and the car. So you guys are carrying a light, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna roll. Let's see who's in range. Probably the horse. Although, why would he shoot a horse?
If you're attacked before your first turn in combat, are you flat-footed?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder if that was still the same thing from 3.5.
So he fires at Arthur because he's the closest.
All right, then I'm gonna die.
Not necessarily. You're beyond his range increment at this point, so
I don't think that's gonna save.
it might. So a sling bullet whizzes by Arthur's head and clatters up the street and clatters down in an obvious enough direction. Let's see here. Why is that not revealing? There we go. That you can see a sniper up on the roof.
How many stories is that building?
That story, that is 3 stories. He's on the 3rd story.
So I can do nothing about him. Good to know.
So 15 feet or 20 feet up?
20,
It's 3 stories.
it's 25 feet actually, and the slope of the roof puts him at 30 feet up. All right, so let's see here. Coming out from behind the cart, you see this gentleman. And he shouts out, Hold it! Hold it! We don't have to slit each other's throats.
Is he addressing us with this?
Yes. Just
That would be
hold on.
preferable, yes.
We might be rowing in the same direction and you don't even know it, and you're taking shots in the dark. Hold it! Asami.
Does that seem genuine? Yep, seems legit.
What a trustworthy man.
Well, when he said that, you notice that the sniper up on the roof kind of lowered his stance a little bit.
Still gonna move here. I was
Okay.
gonna do something, but with that, and I'm obviously convinced by his sincerity, I will just do that movement and sort of see what's gonna happen.
Okay. So Nakas says, well, your pals could have said that from back then. And he says, well, y'all started firing so fast that they all fled before you had any chance to even talk. Turn over my man and we can maybe have a conversation.
I think we're going to have the conversation first.
All right. It's agreeable.
As I say, with the dagger next to the guy. Not at his throat, but, you know, I've obviously got a dangerous kitchen knife.
Yeah, he's got like a well-made longsword, and he's standing in the middle of the light. He's got a dagger in his hand, too. And he holds his hands up like, if you want to shoot and want to continue, go ahead. But he says, I'll hold my peace for now. Come closer so we're not shouting in the street like a bunch of mooks. There's things about tonight. Things that you might not know about.
Works for me. I'm happy to, you know, head a little closer.
Okay. So he nods to one of his men who's actually right behind him. And the man grabs the lantern from off the cart. Let's see, what's this guy here? And you can see a few more men reveal their positions. And he comes closer.
He's keeping the guy's keeping an eye on the guy in the alley.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't want any more. He doesn't want any more of a guy, that's for sure. And you see also you see a couple snipers on the roofs. You see a couple more guys moving up from positions down the street, but they're kind of holding their spot. They don't seem to be making any aggressive moves.
We think we see 7 folks.
7 sounds right.
Okay.
So he says the name's Rakanash.
Does that name sound familiar to people from this area?
Not from this area, but it sounded familiar. One of the thugs yelled that name out, that Rakanash would have their heads for fleeing. And is the horse, is Zed still...
I'm dragging the horse with me and keeping the lady next to us.
Okay. Is
so
that
I'm
where you want to be, or you want to be closer?
I'm down here. That's not Zed.
Oh, okay, that's Arthur. Okay, sorry. So Zed is down here.
Yeah.
Just haven't moved myself quite yet.
Okay, yeah, cool.
All right. Actually, you know what? She would want to be, if he's the leader, she would want to be closer to him. Okay, so he can run away if he likes the other guy. He didn't have a missile weapon, did he?
No, he's got a club, and he's just kind of he's beat up pretty good, so he's kind of leaning on his club right now, kind of leaning against the wall, like, oh fuck.
All right, well, we're just passing through. If you'll step aside, we'll be moving on.
We've been trailing her, And if you have a look over there, there's a gentleman in the cart who was of interest to my employer. We were tasked to follow the cart, and this is how we found it. Good to see you found that horse, so we had to cut it free. It was in a panic.
You found the horse this way?
He was all wrapped up in that other horse there. He was going to kill himself unless we cut him free.
This is a good sense motive. Does he seem to be telling the truth?
He does, and he's even put his dagger away. He's got his sword out, and
I'll make a show of putting my dagger away.
he says, that person there has a connection with my employer. I'm not sure what it is yet, but...
Well, not my concern. We've got our own business with her, and we just assume pass.
Oh, you can pass. You can definitely pass.
Excellent.
We're not going to hold you up.
Why are you interested in her?
I wasn't so much interested in her as I was in the man who's dead inside the carriage.
And who is that man?
It's an extortioner by the name of Luke. He was threatening my employer, so I was tasked with following him. I thought my employer was going to be in that carriage, but wasn't. It was that young lady.
Glance at Mariah and say, "Oh, she was in there with him."
She was in there with him. Yeah.
Any of these names bring up some kind of interest for?
Yeah. This section of town, no. If you were from like the Cash or the Mercantile District, it might ring a bell.
Okay.
Anybody who would be from a richer part of town? Any of the characters? No.
Not me, anyway.
Tenderloin.
All right.
So I take it that's a no.
Does what's her name? Attractive gal. Does she seem perturbed by this accident?
No, not at all. She
Okay.
She says, "Yes, that's the carriage that I was in. That's the carriage that Luke threw me out of."
Oh,
Luke is the name of the extortioner.
Oh, okay.
Father said it was a business associate.
He threw her out of the carriage, and she immediately ran into the place we were all.
He was being lecherous,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Was the thing. Okay.
All right. So it seems like you did a favor for this friend of ours, but that's where things end. We got to go on our way now. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Are you
You
off?
can understand
Are you off?
our reaction from your boys trying to jump us earlier. So
It happens. It happens. So we shouldn't be out on this night. None of us should.
no, and with that we will be on our business.
Do we want to glance in the cart and see if there's anything? I'm sure they've already looted it, but
Probably
just move on.
Naka doesn't think that it's like we don't have any connection with this right now because it sounds like there's some dude who's being lecherous or whatever, extortionist, kicked this girl out. Now she's in our hands. She needs to go somewhere.
I'm happy to wish him a good evening and move on.
Okay.
That's her general kind of attitude towards this dude and the situation.
All right. And he says, all right, let's that'll get us off the streets too then.
All right.
He does a big whistle.
To the other side of the road and continue to move south, and she'll not put her bow away.
Okay, yeah.
I've got to put my daughter to bed. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, why don't we take 5 minutes and then we'll set up the scene for the final stuff.
Okay.
All right.
I guess it's final.
Well, we're getting near the end of the one-shot adventure here.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, I'll be back too. Okay, I'm back. So the Slayers clear the street for you, and they all gather up near Rackernash, and he does like 2 whistles, and they all start gathering up, like their job is done for the night, kind of thing. They're eager to get off the streets as well. So if you guys continue along.
Yep.
Still looking around.
Yeah. Obviously, you're wary for this bunch, but they don't seem to have any ill intentions at this point. They're eager to let you guys go by. They're all kind of gathering up near the.
So, will we free our prisoner?
Oh yeah, he says. Yeah, if you could see to it as to let my man go, I'd appreciate it.
I'm good with that. I glance around at the party. Otherwise, untie him.
Yeah, let Bob go.
Yeah,
We don't need
sorry.
Bob anymore.
Have a good day.
Good day to you, and be careful.
You too. Watch out for armed adventurers.
That's good advice. All right. So we will cut from this map and we'll cut to the finale. You guys go down Carter Street and you finally get down to Cash. And
Get eaten by a god.
you make your way, what seems like forever, down Cash Street, and you're wary for trouble. But you finally get to the corner of Gold and Cash Street, and you make a left onto Gold Street, and you see Maria leads you to the front door of a rather stately looking manor house in the Cash District.
Okay.
We still taking a break?
I think
Yep.
I think we're back.
Ah,
We bid the brigands adieu, gave up our prisoner, and are now at the lady's house.
excellent.
Okay, so cut to the lady's house. She walks up to the front door of this area here. Everybody get the new map?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent. Lord Valinor's residence is a large townhouse on an expensive street. The front of this townhouse has 3 sets of steps that lead up to raised doors. Each door is separated by a decorative wall carving from which hangs a heavy iron cast lamp that is not lit. Each of the wall carvings is 3 stories tall and stretches from the ground to the roof. Each of the wall carvings depicts a tableau of mythical creatures entangled with one another. And she leads you up the stairs and says, "Thank you ever so much for getting me home." And she puts a key in the door and opens.
You know this is a pretty unsafe time of night. Do you mind if we just spend the night in the courtyard here?
Oh no! Please come in. Come in.
Okay.
Please, my I have to check on my father, but he'll be pleased to know that I'm home.
Did we bring the horse with us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the horse.
It's
Is
our
there.
horse.
The horse is there, and it is claimed.
I call him Fluffy.
So Maria leads you into a large foyer inside the house through the middle door there. And
Is that outdoors or is that in the house? Do we need to tie the horse outside?
you could tie the horse up to like these wall carvings, just hitches on there and stuff like that.
All right. Maybe somebody can bring him out some food and water.
Definitely. So
Okay.
as you enter into the house, if you enter into the house, she
Sure.
goes in. Let's see.
It's not letting the character move in.
Oh, it's that.
I have an
It's
arrow
that
pointed.
damn token lock. All right, go ahead.
We'll come in.
The front door opens into a wide. Oh, she goes in and she lights a lamp. The front door opens into a wide foyer, and at the end of the foyer is an ornate ascending staircase. Intricately carved double sliding doors on the right lead to a library. They're open, and you can see in there. Two doors, one leading to a sitting room and the other to the kitchen, are located to the left. The doors are all open. The floors are of polished wood, and the walls are covered in silk brocade wall coverings. The floors are polished to a gleam, and the scent of pine hangs in the air. Several wall-mounted lamps are scattered throughout this large foyer, and she lights one and says, "Please come in, make yourself at home. I'm ever so grateful. I'm going to go upstairs and check on Father."
All right. I will go in the kitchen and grab some stuff for the horse.
Okay. There's a bunch of, the kitchen is
Do you want company going upstairs?
If you want, that's fine.
You mentioned there was a library here.
Library down to
character.
down to the south.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what kind of books they would have there.
Okay. So Maria.
We make ourselves at home. We spread out amongst her house.
All right. So Maria heads up the stairs. Asami's going up with her.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, I'm distanced from her a little bit, but I'm going with her.
Okay, great.
I like ride on her, but give me space and all that. But
Yeah, for sure. All right. So and Zed and Bakai are in the kitchen. They're looking for like water and food for the horse.
Pot. Yeah, a big pot for water and whatever a horse might like to eat.
Okay. And Nock and Teddy, are they staying outside or are you going in?
Knock back.
She'll go in. Just hang out.
Okay.
Standing around looking out the window, I guess.
All right. I'll give you guys descriptions of the various areas that you're in. Let's see here. Kitchen first. That's actually the sitting room with the fireplace. The one next to it is the kitchen. So you get a good glimpse into the sitting room, though. The sitting room contains 4 overstuffed chairs and an ornate coffee table. The walls are covered with silk brocade wallpaper. An operative yet empty fireplace sits along the western wall. It looks to have been recently cleaned. The scent of pipe smoke lingers in the area. And in the actual kitchen, which is next door, the kitchen contains a sink with an operating water pump, well-stocked cabinets and pantries, and other expected kitchen facilities. Sturdy wooden staircase leads to the basement. Let's see, where's that? Yeah, that's the staircase right beside it, right there.
Oh, am I not in the kitchen?
No, you're in that's the sitting room. The kitchen's right beside it. So you see the staircase that looks like it leads down into the basement.
Okay.
A heavy wooden bar, or pardon me. There's a door that leads to the outside, like a back door. Heavy wooden bar is secured on the inside, as well as good quality lock inserted into the door as well. The large wood burning stove has several unclean pans and a couple of ceramic plates. Sets of utensils are stacked in the sink. The area is otherwise tidy. The plaster walls are painted a pale shade of blue. A window with 2 sliding panes of glass overlooks the alley behind the home. And Arthur is in the library. With the exception of window space, that's at the front and at the back and side. The library walls are covered from floor to ceiling with bookcases. The volumes are all leather bound and look expensive. 3 windows, one looking out over Gold Street and 2 to the lanes south and east, are shaded with rich velvet draperies. 2 large couches facing north and south and a collection of polished wooden tables strategically placed throughout the chamber make it appear most comfortable. Several of the tables have several rows of drawers. east wall is broken up by a large painting of Maria wearing stylish yet somewhat outdated clothes. And I think I have a picture of that. See if I can find the proper one here. It's gotten a little laggy on me. Oh, there it is. That's in the library. The picture of Mariah on the wall, and the books beneath it.
Does the painting have a? I know that sometimes paintings have little dates that mark when they were finished. Does it have one of those?
You can go up and look.
Yeah, I would like to look.
Give us a good old-fashioned perception check.
Very well. Looking around, it is. Well, it's gonna. Good luck, I suppose. Not bad. 13.
No date and no artist name at the bottom. It looks like it was an oil painting, though, and it looks like it's maybe several years old, maybe even older. Although the resemblance to Mariah, who's probably maybe 25, there's not a lot of change in her appearance.
I will make note of that.
All right.
What are the books beneath? What do they contain?
All kinds of, let's see here. Basically, a rare book dealer would pay a fortune for there's probably over 1,000 books in the room. There's all kinds of different topics. Everything from like stories and poetry to there's several historical volumes, some geographical notes. There's even some more esoteric items listed, like of fantastic creatures, of the old bones, stuff like that. There's a couple bestiaries in there. And basically all the walls are all filled with books and shelves. So you can go through them. It would take quite amount of time to find anything if you were looking for something specific. But there's numerous books that would be of interest to Arthur. Just in this little shelf below her picture.
I'm going to take a peek at some of those bestiaries. Not really looking for anything specific, just looking at references.
Okay.
The rest of the party?
So you're browsing through that while Maria goes up to the second floor. And let's see.
I'm going to wait at the end of the stairs because I'm not going to, be in her business. I have a hunch that, something bad might happen. So we'll see.
Okay. Leading to the second, third floors, the staircase.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Has a beautifully carved oak banister. Landings appear and halfway between each floor. Okay. So she says, thank you for escorting me. And she, let's see here, get you a map of the second floor here. And she moves through, let's see here. Multiple maps always bog me down. She moves up this hallway and through the door. You're free to join her or wait back by the top of the stairs if you want. Or
I'm just gonna wait. I didn't want to intrude on her business. I'll just, in case some up here was bad, someone would be up here to see it.
okay.
And get the so. Casually look at the walls, see if there's interesting stuff. Sort of be patient and wait, defer to contact her father, make sure that happens safely.
Okay, so off to the right, the door there is closed, and to the left is a spare bed chamber. It looks like it's well appointed, but the furnishings are covered with white sheets and does not appear to be in use. And she goes through an open doorway here, and then heads directionally south down the hallway to her father's bedroom, presumably. So outside, the horse happily accepts the water and the food. Arthur, you're looking at all manner of strange creatures in this book, things that you've heard of, things that you haven't heard
All
of.
manner of strange creatures. If I come across any that have any shadowy significance, I might take a deeper read in them.
Okay. So you're just kind of browsing through it.
Yeah.
Asami, you're up at the top, and you're just kind of waiting and chilling out. And a couple minutes later, Maria comes back down, and she says, "Father's just he's just waking. I'm going to get him some mulled wine. Do you think you and your friends would be interested in some mulled wine?"
I imagine so. I would be. So let's. How can I help?
Oh, let me handle it. It's the least I can do. So she goes downstairs, and she goes through the kitchen door and then down to the basement. She says,
And then I would follow downstairs and sort of see where everybody gathered at.
Okay. She says, "I'll just be a moment." She's down to the wine cellar, and probably within half a minute or so, she's back up on the stairs, and she's got a dusty bottle of wine. She makes her way towards the kitchen.
The sitting room, does it look like there's room for everyone to sit, or is there just...
Yep, the sitting room and the library, there's more than enough room for everybody to sit. And you notice also that there was another floor beyond the second. There's a third floor as well.
Do I get any odd feeling in the house? Like, this seems creepy. Like, it seems like there should be servants or something in a house this big.
Yeah.
Is there any indication that servants have gone home for the day? I mean,
there's indications that the banister was polished today. That's the smell of pine that you guys got when you came in.
Okay, so it's not dusty and decrepit.
No, it's sparkling clean. Except for the kitchen. It looks like a couple meals were taken and nobody really cleaned up after that.
All right, so I have no reason to be ill at ease.
No, it doesn't look like this is a spooky old mansion that no one lives in. It's definitely lived in and well kept. And there's definitely room for servants' quarters and stuff like that on the upper floors. Maybe you just didn't examine them.
Okay.
All right. So she goes into the kitchen, and she gets a large pot, and she puts some spices in the pot, and starts heating up some wine on the. She gets a fire going in the wood stove, and she says, "This helps Father. It helps him rest. He's horribly ill. Wish the physicians were able to do more for him."
What's wrong with father?
He has some sort of chest disease, some sort of inhibits his breathing. It makes it difficult for him to stay awake for a long time and be physical. He's pretty much confined to his bed these days. His name is Denal. He runs several money lending shops in the district. He's got numerous employees that work for him.
I don't know a polite way to ask if he practices magic, so I'll just keep that to myself.
You can if you Arthur, with some of the books that he sees, might notice that there are a couple treatises on things that might be mildly regarded as magical. Maybe something on a treatise that might speculate on other planes of existence.
Guess I'll check out the library while everyone's chilling.
Okay. Go through the books. There's, like I say, there's a rather large selection of topics. Looks like it's each book is fairly well cared for and expensive. Does anybody have the appraise skill?
I have that, and I'm going to do detect magic.
Okay.
First.
All right.
So I'm just looking around the room.
Okay, so looking around the room, you get you can see into the magical spectrum, and it looks like it's faded, but something beyond the picture of Mariah is glowing through the canvas.
Which wall is the canvas along?
It is right here. The painting. The painting is right there beside the window.
Not gonna lie, I forgot detect magic was a cantrip.
Yeah. So I'm asking
Probably would have used it
my
earlier.
companion that's in here if he looked at this painting. It looks interesting.
Yes, I did notice that earlier. Quite well painted, don't you think?
I will give it a good 3 rounds of examination to give me clues.
Okay.
When Arthur looks around, is that the only painting in this room?
It's the only painting in the room.
Which is very strange.
So, Naka, when you're in the sitting room, there's a couple knickknacks that look like they might be valuable. There's like a silver candlestick holder, maybe like a expensive wooden snuff box. A couple things, maybe like a cigar box with like some tobacco and a carven ivory pipe.
She would probably just try to find something that's least suspected of gone missing.
Okay.
Like cigar box, they probably would know.
Yeah.
Like candle holder, it's like,
you don't really
Creepy
see
painting.
Yeah, if you took anything, it'd be something that was out, unless you started going through like the drawers,
right.
the tables,
It's
and
just
stuff.
like precursory, kind of like looking.
Definitely. So as Asami examines the emanations, one seems rather strong.
So the knowledge arcana check would identify the school of magic?
It would.
Is that right?
Yep. There's two definite emanations. The strong one you can't make out. You can try for the weaker one.
So different roll?
Same one.
Okay, well that was the result then.
No, you can roll again for the second one.
Can I reverse them? No.
The second
weaker
one is actually it's still more powerful than anything you've seen, but it still comes in as faint. It is abjuration. It's an abjuration magic.
So I guess the spellcraft would identify what it is, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
A shadowy person probably knows something about magic, so I think I just have this gut feeling that there's an abjuration coming from this painting. But I'm just a bard. I don't really know much about magic, so maybe someone who does might be able to examine this and learn something from it.
Please, I wasn't born yesterday. I recognize detect magic.
Oh, I know, but I don't know what this is.
Well, let's see if I can figure it out. Are there any inscriptions that I can view? Anything written that I could
I
potentially
do know there's
use
two
read
auras.
magic on?
Yeah. So, and I explained what little I learned from my rolls.
Yeah, you can just see the auras. You can't actually see. And it looks like it's coming from not the picture itself, but from behind. So it's kind of shielded. It's kind of faint.
Abjuration. That implies that it may be runes or glyphs. It's behind the painting, isn't it?
It looks like it's coming like through the painting from the back.
Before we do anything rash, I may as well go ahead and see if I can identify that as well. I'm going to go ahead and detect magic, see if I can try and identify that stronger aura.
Would my information to him be able to aid him in getting improving his roll, whatever he ends up rolling? Because he's going into it with some given information already. I mean, it's
it's not actually an active spell. It's something else that's going on. So the actual identifying the actual spell would be difficult because the magic isn't actually enacted yet. It's just kind of it's something magical.
So I need to roll an Arcana?
Yep, you can do the. Do you want to do the identify the already identified aura that you think is, or do you want to do the more powerful one?
I'd like to know what that more powerful one is.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and roll an Arcana for that. Not terrible. 17.
17 is still not enough.
Hmm.
Still not enough to identify that aura.
Do I need to make another roll for the
lesser
aura?
It's moderate. It's moderately powered.
Whatever it is, it's far more than I can understand. It's a lot more powerful than the other aura. Can I try to identify in greater detail the lesser aura?
Yep, definitely.
All right, that's another Arcana, I believe. Moderate, 15.
It's is an aura probably from something that like a magical item of some sort.
And it was described as abjuration earlier.
Yeah, you're getting an abjuration aura from it.
It's likely there's some kind of item behind. However, due to the fact that it's abjuration, I would advise not trying to meddle with it. Abjurations are protections, and we don't know what kind of protection we trigger.
Zed, I'm going to get you and Bakai to each give me a perception check.
Okay. And where's the skills?
Okay. So Mariah finishes heating up the wine and mixing the spices around and stuff like that. And she says, "Can I pour you a cup?"
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. So she pours out a cup for her father. And she says, "I'll be right back. Feel free to serve yourselves, or you can wait till I get back and I'll see that everybody gets some." And
Ooh, I'll start making a charcuterie board.
okay, yeah, help yourself. So she goes back upstairs with this mulled wine.
I've got no reason to have any doubt of her at this point, so I'm not suspicious. And I
As-
don't know anything about the library, so
Asami, you hear a voice in your mind, and it sounds like it's a whisper, and it sounds strained, and it says, "Be careful. She's not who she says she is. Help me. Help
Does
me."
it sound like one of my companions?
No, no, it does not. It sounds like like an older man's voice. It says, "Help me. She she fears the items behind the picture. 793." And he goes quiet.
I'm looking at Arthur to see if he perhaps is cluing in. Maybe he heard something strange.
Arthur's still examining the painting. He looks like he's riveted on whatever he thinks he might be trying to find out about the auras. And after you examine them and kind of stepped aside, you heard the voice. You can make a spellcraft check
Okay, I'll do that.
if you have that skill.
Well, yeah, it's trained.
I thought you might. Okay, so you know that I don't know what spells you have. Do you have the message spell?
I always take it, except for Asami. I was going to take it next level, so I
Okay.
know that's a spell.
Okay, so you would maybe know that there's a way for someone to communicate with you magically, and that if you that you can reply back.
But it's a whisper.
It's a whisper.
And-
It sounded
yeah.
it sounded like it was forced.
Well, I
like-
mean, to reply back, the person speaking whispers, and for others to hear the whisper, it needs a DC check. Correct?
yeah, if you're whispering,
Yeah.
if you're around him when they're whispering. But
I hear you.
The voice it's just you specifically in your head. You can hear it.
I'll whisper, I hear you. What can we do to help?
Okay, and it's gone quiet, and you can hear footfalls on the floor up above, walking over this you can hear them over the library. You can hear footsteps.
Okay, so I see she's in the room with us, or
No,
she's
no,
upstairs?
she's upstairs.
Okay, gotcha.
Like as a for instance, that's about where you would have heard the footsteps coming
Okay.
from upstairs, and
Does
the voice stopped as
Does Arthur look at me like, who are you talking to?
yeah, Arthur could
I would
actually
not be
make.
able to hear these I would not be able to hear these messages.
You could actually make a perception check to hear.
It's DC 25. I can't make that check.
Oh, okay.
I have the spell. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and well, I didn't know. Maybe you heard the message, because your message can affect more than one person. So perhaps you're part of the conversation. And I don't know.
I believe it is one creature.
Per level.
No, it's each creature.
Yeah. Yeah. But it might be perhaps because of something else.
So I'm seeing he's not responding like he was part of the conversation. So in an actual whisper, it's communicating to Arthur, so he should be able to hear me. I say, I heard voices in my head. Sounds crazy, I know, but I think it's the message spell. And it's an old man's voice saying, she fears what's behind this painting. And he gave me a series of numbers.
Where exactly were these numbers?
So yeah, 957. Is that right?
You can do like a flat intelligence check. I'll give you a DC 5 flat intelligence check.
I figured you didn't remember in real life.
I wrote it down, but I wasn't there, so I'm not going to tell you.
All right, so you got the proper numbers. I can't even remember what I said, to be honest with you.
793.
793. Okay.
Yeah.
So if now that you guys know, you can see that there may be a way to shift the painting.
If I see someone at the door, one of our companions, I'll motion with my hand to come over here.
I have a feeling we would be setting out a charcuterie board in the den here, so I'm just going to be over there.
Okay.
Unless somebody summons me.
I am going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and ask Asami. Do you think I should alert the rest? Do you think I should alert the rest of them about this?
Something curious is going on here because I'm whispering, but not to him. I heard the voice of an old man, and he seems concerned, and he warned us that she is not what she seems, and I have to assume that means Maria, but we don't know that. So, I guess maybe see if anyone else has seen anything odd or heard anything odd. Maybe I'm not the only recipient of this message. Maybe others heard something different.
Knock doesn't look like she's. She came in. She's asking, what's going on? Hey, how you doing?
Maria came in.
Maria's still upstairs. You can hear her, kind of moving around in the area up above the library.
I'm gonna go ahead. Considering the fact that Asami's getting freaked out by this, I should probably alert the rest of the party. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap a bit of copper wire around my hand and cast a few messages towards the party members, telling them, "Could you please come to the library? There's something we need to discuss."
Paging all heroes.
So really, all you have to do is just alert Zed, who's the only person that's not in there at the time, and you're not really sure where Luna's gotten to. Somewhere in the night, she disappeared on Atheist Avenue. But you send Zed. Zed, you can hear that voice in your mind, and it sounds like Arthur's voice.
I grab a big hunk of cheese and walk that way.
Okay. Asami, what are you doing right now?
I'm eyeballing this painting, thinking we probably should investigate that before we go upstairs.
All right. So you give the painting the once over, and what you do? Are you touching it? Or are you?
If Arthur sees Asami physically handling the painting, he's going to take a very pragmatic step back.
I haven't touched it, but I am looking at it.
Okay, so you're looking, and if you kind of look around the side, you can see it's hinged. It's almost like on the other side, if you it would open up.
Everyone's in the room. Everyone's in the room.
Except it looks like Knock is on the stairs.
Okay. Well, the only way we're going to see what's beyond here is to investigate. Everyone on board with investigating?
Do it.
Pull out my dagger and sort of like as far away as I can, but not like within reach of the dagger. Sort of like use it to angle in the direction of the hinge.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of like open it up.
Attempt to without damaging the painting.
Okay, yeah, it's easy enough to do. It swings open fairly easily, and behind it there's a wooden wall panel, and there's 3 metal dials with numbers 1 to 10, going from left to right.
Well,
793.
Yeah, I actually wrote it down the second time. I do learn. I can be trained.
I remembered.
I'd already forgotten again.
But
Too.
thank you for reminding me, because you never know.
9.
I'll go ahead and put the numbers in, left to right, 793, and see what happens.
All right.
All right, the numbers are inputted in.
So the portrait of Maria conceals a vault with 3 intricate locks, but you know the combination, so it opens. You spin the tumblers to that number, and you can hear like a click as it releases.
I imagine it's audible throughout the house.
No, it's just a slight click.
Is it a small safe or is
Yeah,
it like?
it's like a small,
Oh, it's a
small
small
wall,
safe.
but it's made of wood.
Ah. Oh, it's a little lockbox. Okay.
Yeah, basically like a little lockbox concealed behind the painting.
Well, let's see what's inside.
Okay, so yeah,
Cautiously open it and be ready to react.
okay, so within the vault, there's a pouch that looks like it contains coins. There's also a dagger inside a sheath, and the dagger gives off like the sheen that it might have some silver in it.
I'm sure everybody's doing detect magic that can.
Yeah, it would still be active, I would
Yeah,
think.
it'd still be active. So it's not the dagger that's magical. There's 2 leather scroll tubes that are magical, and then there's 3 books. And you can see them; they're kind of just lined up, and everything else is sitting on top of the books. The first tome is entitled "The Vampire of Lankhmar," and it has no author. The second is thick, and it's entitled "Summoning in Demonology" by Esifor the Unshackled.
Ooh.
And the third tome is named "Creatures of the Night." And
You mind if
the 2 auras, you can see one comes from each of these scroll tubes.
I'd like to.
They're scroll tubes, didn't you say?
Yep, 2 scroll tubes.
I have
each.
read magic. I would like to attempt to find out what they are.
I'll hand them to Arthur.
I'd like to read the book on summoning, for obvious reasons.
Okay. It's a large book. You're looking at like about 75 pages.
I sit down, nibble some cheese, and flip the pages.
Okay. The first thing you notice, that inside, as soon as you open up, there's a little sleeve, and there's a stamp like it's not a stamp, but a wax seal in the sleeve on the parchment, and it's labeled Grand Library of Lankhmar. And there's a date. The date is probably about the 4th or the 5th of the month of. I think it's the day of the goat, the month of the bat. So, whatever the 4th day of this month is, and there's a due back date by the 4th of next month, and then you can skim through it. Arthur, which of the scrolls are you gonna examine first? The more powerful emanation or the?
The lesser one we identified as abjuration, correct?
Yes, correct.
I could take a few guesses as to what it is, but the moderate one is definitely piquing my curiosity.
Okay. So you read the magic. That is a scroll that will summon a creature from the outer realms, a powerful creature, a creature that you're not familiar with. It doesn't give any specifics on it.
So it's not a specific spell scroll like,
Oh, it is.
Summon Monster
It's
X.
Summon Monster 6.
Oh, damn.
Mm,
All right.
Would
that should be
the
worth
scroll?
a pretty penny.
Yeah. Arthur, looking upon the scroll, reads it. This is extremely powerful magic.
Extremely powerful magic.
This
Something
is,
in the
what,
safe. Yeah.
6th? 7th? This is far beyond anything I could do.
What else do we find that might be intimidating? I mean, we got vampires, right? Vampire book?
The first book was the Vampire of Lankhmar, and there's no author on that one. The second book is entitled Summoning and Demonology by Essifor the Unshackled. That's the one that you have. And the third tome is named Creatures of the Night.
Now, mine's a library book. Are the other ones library books, or are they?
You going to check them out, or is anybody else going to check them out?
I'm reading this one, so
Guess
I will point out that this is a library book to the other guys and ask them, are those library books too?
Let's see. What you would know about the Great Library of Lankhmar is that it's not available to you guys at all. You can't even go in and look.
Well, most libraries were private way back. Yeah. So I'm just kind of curious.
Yep. Definitely.
I call that out and then go back to my reading.
So why was I given the combination in my head? I say that to my companions. Not announced it, but quietly,
Arthur, are you checking out the other scroll?
Yeah, I would like to use read magic on the second scroll.
Okay, that's a third level scroll of a magic that you've heard of, but this is a more powerful version. It's called Protection Magic Circle Against Evil.
Ah.
And as you're reading that, you can hear Maria coming down the stairs. And we'll put a pin in it there.
Dun dun dun.
Dun 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 dun. Welcome to the Night of Fear.
Excellent. Yeah. You know, I noticed that Maria had like 30 hit points.
Oh, I shouldn't have. I know there was.
I noticed that. I was
noticed
wondering.
She was terrified. The rest of us have like 8 or 10 hit points. Yeah.
I was wondering if she had more hit points purely so she'd be less likely to die.
I should have maybe made her neutral so you guys couldn't see the effects. Could you see the effects on her?
No.
Oh, okay, good. That'd have been a giveaway.
Undead. Immune to mind effect. Uh-oh.
All right. Good show, guys.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good night, and see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple Mondays from now.
By the way, you mentioned a pretty penny. Summon Monster 6 is a 6th level spell, I believe.
Yeah, that is worth...
roughly like 1,800 smear ducks.
No, gold rilks. 1,650 gold rilks. That's worth 16.
Those are platinums.
16,500 gold pieces that you have in your hand.
Stash in your pocket.
Summon monster. Yep, it's 6th level.
I'll throw those in the party sheet for you.
I can summon the Mothman? That's an option?
You might want to
if you can cast the spell, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I can attempt to.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
It's on my spell list.
It's on your spell list, but it's not high enough.
You don't have enough spellcraft to do it.
I probably not, but
It's
theoretically.
if you look at the casting of a scroll on the SRD, you're looking at...
I believe it's the scrolls
It's
caster. It's the scrolls caster level +1.
But it's it's a caster level check, not a spellcraft check, and you're caster level 1.
Oh, straight. You don't even add your spellcasting ability mod to it?
So it's a 50-50, and if you're 5 or below, almost like a disabled device, if you're below 5 or more, there's a mishap.
Well, technically, you have to make a DC 5 wisdom check to avoid a scroll mishap.
Yeah, exactly.
The natural one always fails.
You might successfully summon the creature, but he eats your face.
Yeah, I summoned the Mothman. Is the Mothman at 76 hit points? God damn. And the mind warping gaze. That sounds really intimidating.
All right. So you guys can feel free to plan. You've got about...
Okay, I'm really glad I have precautions against creatures immune to my illusions and fear. I have ways around this.
Unless Naka has some sort of delay in mind, you've got about 12 seconds before Maria comes back downstairs and is actually on the floor with you guys.
I imagine we can't exactly put the painting back in time. It's gonna take longer than 2 rounds.
No, you just swing it close.
Oh,
You could just swing it close. Yeah.
I mean, you're probably kind of guessing that all that stuff is not going to work. You're just going to have to fight whatever comes down, right?
It's
I'm preparing for the worst possible scenario.
So why are you throwing everything back? Why does that matter anymore now?
you don't have to throw it back. You just have to close the door. You can keep the stuff.
I'm not saying put the stuff back. I'm saying
Just close the door so
painting
it's
back.
not obvious. Yeah.
I don't think you even want to spend any action to do things like that. Just get yourselves ready, right?
Yeah, just the voice in my head said she fears something that's in this safe thing.
Well, A, you have a prisoner,
So, which
probably,
is
right? B, she is not who she is, so that's 2. And she's coming down, like, right? So
a
she's
castle
holding
check-
someone hostage.
A caster level check is just straight up my caster level. I don't add my modifier to it at all, do I?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, well, that's gonna be difficult.
What
Well,
would
you can have a spell penetration feat, but
this-
you don't really.
Yeah, this is also what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hero points. You get 1 per level. So everybody has a hero point at their disposal. If you choose to, before you make your roll, if you choose to use your hero point, you can add +8 to the roll. So
The Mothman. Then again, if we can keep this scroll,
Well, I mean, I think one of the scroll will be very helpful. I'm not going to play a spellcaster, so I think the spellcasters will have to figure this out.
yeah, exactly.
At this level, we
So yeah, so
We'll
all I'm doing for my character is I'm listening and giving you time to do what you need to do that you think is helpful. Because I'm standing at the stairs listening for the footfall coming down.
and they're coming towards these stairs upstairs as we speak. So they'll probably be at the top of the stairs in a few seconds.
Yep. So I'll be whispering loudly to you folks that she's coming.
and it's this was Luna is a wizard, right?
Yeah, Luna is a wizard.
Yeah, this would have been a good one for Luna to participate in, at least this part of it too.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
It's good for everybody. I mean, you're a summoner. Tal is also arcanely inclined.
Yeah. We all have our piece. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you? I haven't looked over your spell list, Ed. What spells do you normally take? Let me look and see.
Oh, mine are buff spells and I gave up the ability to do the spontaneous spell-like ability for summoning.
Okay.
With the soul bound, what
Okay.
it does is it makes the Eidolon kind of much more powerful.
You also have read magic as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, technically, I could cast that spell later on in level, but that's sixth level.
it's on your spell list. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so far away that I'm like, just sell it. We'll buy it later if we need it.
Or hero point is another.
Oh, or cast it now, you mean?
No, if you cast it now, you use the hero point, you'd be shooting +9 as opposed to +1.
Yeah.
So look over the hero points and examine your options, and you got to have 2 weeks to ruminate on it.
Yeah. I would definitely like to try and keep this for as long as I can and not have to spend it. But if there's an emergency, I'm gonna hero point.
So I mean, listen, we're level 1, and it sounds like we're coming up to a vampire. I don't know what you're keeping for what emergency.
No.
Yeah, and don't forget you get the magic circle against evil as well.
Right.
I'd rather use that first.
Yeah,
I'd rather drop that. before
actually,
dropping
I'll
the
get
sickle spell.
I'll get Zed and Arthur and Asami to make spellcraft checks. See if they know what protection from evil does.
Oh, I have protection from evil. Let me see if that's one of my spells. It's one that I'm adding. No, I don't have it yet, but I'll have that very shortly.
Okay.
All right.
I
then.
mean,
check.
also just keep in mind that the message is already telling you like she's afraid of that.
Fuck.
That
Right?
sounds like a really awesome spell. I have no idea.
Right?
So-
It's probably a good idea to use that summoning.
So
She's
Zed,
afraid of it.
I don't know what it does.
so Zed knows that the magic circle against evil would keep out a summoned creature. as well as protect them against evil things. If Maria was an evil creature.
If she's a vampire, pretty sure most undead are just straight evil.
30 hit points is not going to be a vampire. It's going to be vampire spawn or something.
Assuming those 30 hit points aren't an intentional goof and just they're
Let's not meta too much here, guys. You're gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, we the message say that she's afraid of whatever it is that's behind it, and we found it, right?
Yeah.
And we have protection as well. So let's do it within our abilities.
I'm currently under the impression that those 30 hit points are a lie, and she has a lot more than that.
Maybe we lock ourselves in and let whatever we summon to fight her. Maybe
we just leave.
Well, we could do that, but I think we don't have time.
Yeah, it's definitely, as soon as we start next session, we're going to be on a timer. So enjoy your 2 weeks, fellas, and feel free to scheme and plot on the Discord.
For the hero point somewhere?
Yeah, it's let me see if I can paste it in the chat here.
I have just been reminded. Do we get XP for rats?
You certainly do. You get XP for rats and XP for also dealing with Rakarnash and his men.
Excellent.
I assume we haven't leveled.
Nope, not yet.
I assume that wasn't 1800.
And I'll always do levels after you guys rest, even if you have enough experience points.
Okay.
So
check out the hero point business once you post it.
Yep, that's your experience points right there, and the hero points I'll paste into the chat here. The SRD. Because we haven't actually decided on an official, so we might as well just use these rules here. It's basically gives us.
Where are you pasting it in Fantasy Grounds?
Yeah,
or in Discord.
I can do either. There's
probably better in Discord because we don't have access to.
Yeah, you could read it. Let's see here. Links and downloads.
In general or sidebar, hangout, whatever.
Why is that not pasting?
All right, I gotta bail, everybody.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Thanksgiving.
Yes,
and we'll catch you in a couple of weeks.
Yes, have a happy holiday.
We'll die together. All right. have a good one.
Not.
All right, bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Let me see here. I don't know why I can't get this to paste in Discord. Copy.
I'll chat with you later.
All right, take care. Good game, guys.
See you. I'm out too. Catch up with y'all later.
Yeah. I'll see you in 2 weeks then. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Take care. Good game.
Take care. Good game.